Welcome again to Let's Talk Science with Pastor Dan. I've been really praying about what to say for this one because I'm going to probably make some of you upset. I've been looking at this entire immigration thing, and it's been going on for a while, and I've not said anything for a while just because, I'm not very much of a conflict kind of person. I understand both sides. Jesus said in his word, whether you do unto the least of these, you do unto me. Make sure that you take care of the poor. And he also said that you will always have the poor. The other side of that, we are a nation of laws. And what happened, again, I don't want to be political. What happened in the last administration was just crazy. The number of people that were crossing the border, unprecedented. We've never seen that many people. And I did a job recently, and as part of that, I did training on trafficking. And the number of people that were being literally pulled across for all kinds of things, it broke my heart. I had to close the door because I wept after doing the training. And that is when you have uncontrolled immigration that way, you're going to have things happen, people being taken labor, forced labor, trafficking, sexual trafficking, all those things were happening, and the drugs that were coming across with it as well. So it has to be done in an organized way. I do remember hearing, heaven has gates, hell doesn't. And so what I would say is we need to set this up in an organized way. If we want to increase immigration, that's fine, but do it legally. Set up a process and not just allow people to come across as they want willy-nilly. Because again, if we don't have laws, we don't mean anything. And we need to be there protecting those who are being abused. I get it. If I was in the situation in some of those countries, I probably would do the same thing to get my family in a better situation. But it needs to be done in a right way. My daughter-in-law is Canadian. It took us almost 3 years to get her across the border. So, to marry my son. And the process has to be identified. It is difficult, and it requires a lot of prayer because God's in the midst of it. People need to slow down. People understand that on both sides. And there is also an aspect that some of this is being driven for power. Let's just be honest. If I can get enough people over who will vote for me, then I can control and keep power. And the other side, the same thing. If I can motivate my people. So let's just pray about the situation. Let's make sure that we do it legally. And let's not be in the midst of causing conflict just for the sake of conflict's sake. I know I probably haven't really said much. I'm probably not going to make most of you happy. The laws of this country need to be identified. And if we want to change that, then it needs to be done legally, not just crossing over. And then, we'll give them asylum. Let's be honest. Most of the people that said they needed asylum for political reasons never showed up for their hearings. So there's a lot of game playing being going on. I think the heart of the Father is to minister to those who have need, but not allow abuse to take place. And in that way, we can share forth the love of Christ, being both the hands and feet and being the hands of justice. because God's both. He's not just one or the other. We talk an awful lot about the love of God, and there's a massive, but there's also the justice of God and the righteousness of God and the laws of the Father. So we need to have both of those in place. The church needs to be what the church can be to help those in need. And the government's place is not necessarily to take care of everybody. That's not the government's place. The government's place is to take care of its people. And we can't do that if we're just running crazy. I mean, the amount of spending that was done under the last administration to take care of people. Again, it's the church's place. It's not government's place. And that's where I would fall. We need to make sure we look at the laws. If we want to change them, that's a point of discussion, but that's a legal process, not just allowing people to do what they want and cross unabated. So, again, now I can make somebody happy. I'm all over the place on there. I understand both sides. I think I lean more towards law and order than just willy-nilly, let's open the borders and let people come, because we need to make sure that people aren't being abused, that people aren't being hurt, that people aren't being killed. All right. That's my thoughts. I welcome yours. Hopefully not offending too many. Hear my heart. I'm a person of love and a person of peace. And again, we can agree to disagree, and that's okay. All right. That's my thoughts. Take care. God bless.